Hello, my name is Juliet. Ah, it's so hard to do this interview.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the First Principles channel. Today, we have an exciting episode for you where we're going to learn how to manage being a parent and a successful business in a difficult market. Let's get it. Today, our guest is Chef Jules of Cake Flair. We're going to learn from her how to manage a successful business and the challenges of parenthood. Chef, we're all ears.
My personal values, I'd say number one on my list is integrity. As a matter of fact, integrity at any price. I would just stick to my guns if I believe something, and it doesn't really matter who doesn't support it or not. If I believe it in it and I have a strong conviction about it, I just go for the jugular without looking back. And many times I've found myself in situations where I've had to swim against the tides, of popular opinion or popular perception or cliches, that I don't agree with. And so integrity is critical for me as a value system. Then also hard work. In short, if you're going to survive in Nigeria as a business owner or as an entrepreneur, you just have to have grits. And when I say hard work, I don't mean just activity. I'm talking about productivity that comes from just consistently doing something and then showing sheer grits. You're not allowing the seeming difficulties to weigh you down. So hard work is a value that I hold there, that I think I exhibit with the work that I do. And yeah, I think those two pretty much sum up how I approach my work. Well, regarding challenges, I mean, we all face different kinds of challenges in life, and for me as a woman, I wear many hats. I'm an entrepreneur and then I'm a mom. So being a parent has taught me that I have to spend quality time with my children. So that's a constant challenge, As much as I do the best that I can without feeling guilty, I still feel like, that's one area one can improve upon. And so quality time for me means being able to create memories with the children and also being able to ensure that they're well adjusted emotionally, they do their homeworks, they can express whatever worries or anxieties or insecurities that they feel with me without the pressure of feeling like, will mommy judge me? So for me, that's very important as a parent to be sure that, I spend more time with them and that they pick up my values and, they can learn from me the things that I do. I work hard, how I work hard or how I stand for what is right and how I try to protect people who may be weaker than I am. Those are things that I like my kids to, exhibit more and more of as they even grow older. So that's one. Yeah, number two, as an entrepreneur, I faced a lot of challenges. Number one being power supply. Yes, in my bakery we have like three generators, the diesel powered one, then the petrol powered one, and then this I better pass my neighbor for critical when you really, really, really need to put on the generator and maybe, So those are the kind of things that you look at as challenges that face business owners in Nigeria that I face. And then ease of doing business in Nigeria is at an all-time low. Sometimes you have to know special people in special places, for certain doors to open. And no wonder we're seemingly religious, because sometimes you just feel helpless and then you just don't know what to do, and that's really not right. So the complete failure in having a system in place that works, it's really discouraging. And then there's just this inequality of wavelengths between even business owners and then their staff. Maybe because of the educational gap, the digital divide is so wide that, you know, it takes a whole lot to build team spirits or even business culture. How I have been able to overcome or some challenges, there's some I'm still dealing with, you know, they come in phases and then you deal with them and then you go through the cycle of dealing, overcoming. Sometimes you fail, sometimes you succeed, you know. And one of the things that has really helped me in forging ahead, you know, in my business is the fact that I have just not allowed the problems or difficulties or challenges to hold me back. As a matter of fact, each time I encounter a problem, this is what I always do. You know, I ask myself a question. I question that problem. You know, I find out what is it about this problem that needs to be solved. And the moment I just do that, what happens is that my brain goes to work to try to solve that problem. So I realized that the brain is really not a storage organ. It's actually a thinking organ. It's an organ that you can task by questioning. So if there's a problem that you're going through or that I'm going through, what I just do is ask myself, what is this thing? Why is this thing? How can I do it? Or how can I resolve it? And my brain just kicks in, and I've exercised, you know, my brain in that capacity to make sure that I'm able to question things and don't just allow things to overwhelm me. Also, beyond questioning, which is a very good problem-solving approach to challenges, there's also the need for collaboration, because you don't really know it all. You know, sometimes even when you question yourself, your brain goes to work and tells you, why don't you ask this person? You know, you heard them speak at an event or you've seen them do one or two things, and you just make that mental connection, what you need to get done. So it's collaboration is also very key, you know, in how I have been able to engage with my challenges so I can overcome them. Then also writing things down. I write things down a lot. As a matter of fact, I have things I've documented on paper, even on my tab, you know. So those are things I've been able to do on my own to try and solve problems. Then also, I think one very important thing that I must also mention in terms of how I've dealt with challenges is connecting with, you know, a higher power. You know, I believe in the spiritual, you know, so many times I go on my knees because I always believe that success is sort of spiritual. You can do all the works, you can do all you have to do. If a door hasn't been opened to you, it hasn't been opened, you know. And that's why I say a lot of people try to cut corners to just try and make that door open by fire, by force, you know. So for me, once I've done the best that I know, I've questioned myself, I've tried to collaborate or ask questions, and, you know, and I feel like I've exhausted all my human possibilities and resources, I just go on my knees and just leave it there. And so that's one way I have been able to address my own peculiar challenges. Yes, I mean, I have grown from all the challenges I've encountered in my life. In short, it has made me a better person. It didn't destroy me. Instead, it made me a better person. And I'm so inspired by all my failures. Trust me, I have failed several times in my life. And those things have been like building blocks to a desired end. So I just see it as a milestone towards the journey of fulfilling, you know, a bigger purpose, you know. Yeah, so I've grown a lot. I'm a more confident person because I made mistakes. I'm like, oh, this is not working. Once I know it's not working, I know a better way. I mean, that's the ultimate confidence booster, you know. So those failures have brought to me great opportunities to build confidence and then to build clarity of purpose. So I've learned confidence, clarity of purpose, I've learned that no situation is really permanent. No terrible situation, is permanent. To also pass, So those are things I've really learned. Okay, well, advice. I would say everybody's situation is unique and different, so I'm very careful to give advice because it might not even work for you. Meanwhile, it worked for me. But bottom line, I think a guiding principle here will be that you know yourself. Be yourself. When you're yourself, you're able to be consistent at what you do. You're not doing or picking up someone else's role. You're just doing your thing. So that's very important in problem solving or overcoming challenges. When you're yourself, you're able to give, or let me say, release your gifts back to the world. So that's why it's important to start from the inside out. Like I said, live your life from the inside out. And so you're able to authentically bring out who you really are to the rest of the world. So what you have on the inside of you is a gift for the world. And the world needs to see that. Trust yourself, because that's when you'll be able to engage resources, and then you'll be able to freely express that thing that's already on the inside of you.
Thank you so much, Juliet, for sharing your experience with us. You have helped us to see the importance of hard work and integrity and consistency in building a business. And we've also learned that it is important to create memories for our children so that we can help them to be well-adjusted kids in the world we live in today. We're really grateful for the time you spent with us, and we wish you all the best. If you've enjoyed this video, please, as always, smash that like button. And if you haven't done so already, please do subscribe. Kindly follow us on Twitter and on Instagram. If you have a comment, please leave a comment below. And if you would like to be featured in future videos, also leave a comment below and we will definitely get in touch. Thanks again for watching and have a lovely day.